Welcome to your Monday, April 20th Power Hour meeting with Katelyn, Carly, Clare Fulton. Today is a great day. Does anyone know what we're celebrating today? It's part of our heritage. It is someone has to know. It can't just be us. Claire,
It's okay. We don't have to tell them. It's a secret.
I don't think it's a heritage.
Pretty close.
That'd be heritage.
St. Patrick's Day was also a part of our heritage in March. We'll just keep going until... I'm just kidding. It's April 20th today. It's Snoop Dogg's favorite holiday.
420.
It's 420.
St. George's Day.
I told you, nobody's gonna know what you're talking
The
about.
people online that stay at home, they know.
They know.
what April 20th is.
It's okay. We don't. It's good that you don't know.
It is good. See, that makes Claire happy, right?
Look it up.
Look it up. Happy 420. All of you.
Lawsuit. It's also my second birthday. Just
Sanek's second birthday. Welcome. How was the weekend? Who ran open houses? I didn't see as many notifications as the weekend before. I don't know why, but we didn't run any open houses. Martine?
No one did an open house?
I saw a bunch of them on Saturday. We got notifications.
We saw at Broker Bay.
Guess they're sorry.
Anyone online? Did anyone go to an open house or take their clients through? Sandeep, yes. Was it open house time? Did the agent show up this time to their open house?
Not very busy.
Not very busy.
I mean, when I was there, one more group was.
I wonder how Michael Smith ran an open house too for Aiden. I don't know how it did second weekend. The weather was weird. On Sunday, we had like every single season.
Rain, sun, snow.
We had all seasons in one day. Interesting.
Yeah. Anyone do bidding wars this week?
that was interviewed.
You were in two?
Yeah, Sanek was in one that they were holding offers Monday. They received a bully offer. Called him Saturday night, and he's like, well, it's Saturday night, 11 p.m. Like, why? Just wait till Monday, man. Like,
Yeah.
we want to participate, but I'm tired. And he did register, and you guys did participate, and we haven't won yet. So it's close. We're not going to jinx anything yet. So
I know
Yeah.
Christina had one in Oshawa for a semi. She got multiple offers on hers. They did an inspection, and they're fighting on that right now. But
Okay. I do feel like things are picking up a little bit, but it's very slight.
sorry, we're overstimulated.
But
Why?
inventory
I'm not.
is at 24 now. So maybe like
Yeah.
40,000 will come, right?
Yeah, listings are picking
40,000
up.
active listings. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we'll take a look at that. That's a good thing.
I don't know if we want that.
No.
44,000.
We should be at 30,000 by now.
It's already too slow.
What was it last year though? This time?
At this time?
It was about the same.
I'll say
Oh, I forgot to bring my resume.
24 to 25.
All right. Yeah, it's about the same.
But June would be maybe a lot more. June, July.
Mm-hmm.
So what's going on with the market? Is it good, strong, active? What's the gut feel? Like there's more people here today than there was last week and the week before. So that tells me there's something's going on. What's going on? Anybody want to volunteer?
Sun is shining.
Eh?
I'm getting a lot of
No,
stuff.
nobody likes to talk because we're on YouTube. I think that's the problem, right? So-
They can't hear you guys anyway, so it's fine.
We learned
More inventory? Inquiries.
Yeah, I'm doing a lot of showings right now.
you're doing a ton of
I
showings.
think the common question is recon or
Yeah, you guys are getting questions on pre-con right now? What are you guys saying? Are you guys suggesting to go pre-con or are you suggesting resale?
if you ask me personally, I say go pop this
Resale.
because
Yeah.
it provides actually what you say, not I think seeing something on paper and
Yeah.
get the surprises on.
Yeah, you guys are giving me like PTSD from like VIP pre-construction land. Like all weekend I've been getting questions about pre-construction, and it seems like Durham's a hot spot. Everybody's looking for something in like Whitby, Oshawa. But then I'm getting questions like they want detached houses for $600K. So I don't think the prices are that low yet.
Pre-cons are not a discount.
No, we're not there yet. I'm even hearing some builders increase their prices once these new rules came out. So
yeah.
this is a world that's not mandated by rules. Like we were just saying, I don't know why they're not on MLS? Is it because they don't follow the rules and they don't pay on time within set timelines, or, why not? So we'll help answer the questions and introduce you to projects, but there's still 25,000 listings in the GTA that you could show your clients to, right?
And we're getting lots of the same question being like, I don't know if you guys get clients that ask you and you're just like, I need a project for this. But like, I feel like no one's being resourceful enough either. You guys are kind of coming at us with a lot of the pre-con and stuff.
Which is okay.
Which is fine. But I think in order to be resourceful, there's a website called Livable.
Yes. Yeah. LIVBL.
LAVABL.
Sorry. Yeah. That's sort of the first test I would do to go on. You can do a map search, or you can do a search by location. It will have some projects on there by budget, by location. From there, you have to figure out who the builder is, and then go to the builder webpage and try to register for their portal to get floor plans, pricing, deposit structure.
I am getting some agents that are saying they're not answering. So I've been suggesting going directly to the sales center. If you guys aren't they're probably getting flooded in those emails.
Yeah.
So if you guys have clients asking about one, you may have to actually get in your cars and go to the sales center.
It is the best way.
Go there by yourself at first, maybe meet who the salesperson is, and then bring your clients with you. But you might have to actually physically go to the sales centers if you guys have specific projects, because they're not responding to emails and all that. And sometimes the websites are fake and it's a real estate agent that's running the site that looks like the builder's site. So you don't really know who you're talking to. So go straight to the sales center if you can find the address for that.
Make sure if your clients are looking, this is now a good chance to pick up the phone and talk to them, even if you don't know they're interested in pre-con, because they may be shopping around without you. I've heard of 2 instances this past weekend where the clients went to the sales center on their own, didn't tell them to have an agent. Now they're asking me, how can I get involved and now get commission? But if you weren't there to introduce your client to that builder, it's going to be really hard to fight for your commission. So even if you don't know your clients are interested in pre-con, it's a good chance to call them right now and let them know that you have access. And if they're thinking about it, to let you know, so you can keep that relationship and introduce them to the builders, because it's really hard to go back and get your commission once they've already introduced to the builder. It's a different world. Yep, Sandy?
No, today I received one call. None of my clients, somebody called me. So one agent was showing them properties for 1 year. They didn't like for a week. And the buyer booked something through realtor, through another realtor.
Yes.
Other realtor told them that your earlier BRA have got nothing to do because it doesn't go up. So it's a misleading.
That's true. So the situation is, agent had a client shopping around, had a BRA, client went on their own to the builder with a different agent, and that new agent saying their BRA is not applicable. Depends on what their BRA says on geographic location. That BRA might say for resale homes in the Pickering area. And their BRA might not apply, right? So it totally depends on what that one box says for location and type. So when you're doing your BRAs, make sure it's a wide range to protect yourself, right? But,
so just to get legal for a second here, the BRA signed with who? With our company or somebody else?
Not ours, a different agent. It's a hypothetical scenario.
Okay, so BRA, that the buyer agrees to buy a property through you, and if they buy a property through you during this time period, they agree to pay you commission. Either the seller pays that commission or the buyer pays that commission. So the buyer is still responsible to pay that commission. Number two, that second agent, knowing that there's a BRA, interfered with that agreement, so that second agent's in trouble too. So that's my advice there. Everybody okay with that? I mean, you sign a BRA and you know someone else signed a BRA, you can't interfere with it. Just because they're buying a non-MLS list, that doesn't say anything about MLS.
But are you surprised that a builder would say something like that? Because I'm not.
The second realtor confused them with the statement, your earlier BRA was for resale. It doesn't go pre-con.
That's not true.
It's not true. And this is why maybe they're not on MLS, right? If they participated properly.
Because they want to compete.
Like, I don't know. Like, I know of an agent who is marketing for a builder on the MLS system and introduce the client to the builder from MLS. It would be kind of cool if all of the listings were on MLS and all had fair shot in marketing, right? I don't know. But for reasons like that, BRAs and not paying commission, they can't participate in that market. So.
One of our agents was in Stouffville on the weekend. Treasure Hill Homes had an opening, and he said it was standing room only, and there's a lineup trying to get into the sales center.
Oh, man.
So that tells me that the 13% is motivating somebody to do something.
Yeah.
I heard a different builder, I don't know which one, but they said they sold more houses in last weekend than they did all year last year. Okay. I don't remember which builder that was, but it was like 125 units in a weekend.
So here's what we're talking about here, that the market is ready to go. We've said this before. Ben said at our session there, saying there's pent-up demand. There is pent-up demand. So if people are lining up to buy this Treasure Hill stuff, and they're lining up, that tells you there's pent-up demand. So you need to talk to your clients. And hey, by the way, looking for pre-construction, give me a call. I can help you. Looking for this, I can help you. Like, you know, give them the ideas and make sure that you're doing like the emails or social media, whatever it is. This is the time to do it. We're at the beginning of the market to take off, right? So you want to be the person they think of when they do something. It's unfortunate that they don't realize that they can't go through your agent for new construction. So you got to educate your client. Oh, think about pre-construction, or give me a call and give you tips.
Yeah, get in front of it, even if you don't know that they are looking for it.
Right? So make sure that you're right there. Today's the time. So.
We also have a lot of clients buying the pre-con. They feel like in a year they can save a more down payment as well.
True. Are these first-time buyers buying these things?
We have a couple of two first timers. They are looking for a pre-con.
Yeah.
Then 10%, they think they can save up that 10% by.
Yeah.
So those at home. So a lot of people are getting pre-construction pre-approvals, and they're waiting a year just to save another 10%. So but they're out there, right? So that's what's
And
happening.
they bought a property, but they feel like
They bought it, but not going to close for 4 years.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So that's different from the other people. Other people that bought pre-construction wanted to buy pre-construction thinking they can flip it in 3 years. So now these people, they don't want to flip it in 3 years. They want to be able to save the money in 3 years. So that's more sound than what the other people are doing.
Yeah.
A little too late though, which is the unfortunate part. But doesn't help anyone else that
Because the price is
participated
still higher.
before.
Okay, so I was talking to a builder just on Friday. We sold 3 properties on this particular project there, and the guy's not paying. The owner, I talked to the owner, and the owner said that there's 27 units that didn't close on closing day. He took their deposits, but the bank just froze everything up. So he's not paying anybody commission. He's not paying us commission, nothing else. So then I'm thinking, okay, well, why isn't this builder put an MLS? So I'm gonna approach the agent that sold money and say, look, approach this builder again and say, let me put 1 or 2 on MLS and see if I can move these things for you.
We've seen them move on MLS, so it's Canada's biggest marketing
Right.
tool.
So if you have some builders out there that aren't paying you change the conversation around a little bit. So see what happens.
I wonder if it's because I see the 5% commission versus 4% to one person. I wonder if
I guess every dollar counts, but just sitting there doing nothing, not paying us, that doesn't help, right?
Has anyone closed a pre-con post April 1? We only know of one, and we're looking for others because the lawyer on that one is looking for other examples because they're still not super clear about how it's going to all roll out. So I only know about one so far. I'm keeping my eyes out for another, but interesting.
I thought we had it pretty clear in our head, but now maybe it's not clear. I don't know. We're talking about rebates back to
Who's
the
getting
buyers.
the
right?
rebate?
Well, until it actually happens, nobody knows, right? You have to see it flow through. And
And some people are suggesting that the builders are adding 10% to the price and taking 10% off.
is that a TikTok thing you saw here?
Right.
yeah.
So
We said at the beginning, this whole thing relies on builders to
That
participate
defeats
in
the
it.
whole
We're-
purpose. That's like the Carney today said he's going to reduce the federal portion of taxes for your gasoline. So it's going to knock off, what do you say, 10 cents a liter or something there. But then the garbage going over across the ocean there, whatever 10% we would have saved, it's gone because of the cost of oil.
Oh my gosh.
So it disappeared. Right? It's too bad.
Man.
That's like RSPs. You put money in your RSPs on the end of April, or it is, end of February, and then the stock market goes down. And whatever you put in is gone anyway. So.
Goodness.
But that doesn't make any sense. Anybody keeping track of the stock market?
It's been pretty nice.
Anybody here? Anybody here watching the stock market? No? Really? Why is that?
It's up.
Anybody here nobody's interested in the stock market here?
No one wants to say anything. We went to a conference last week, and
Yeah,
this is,
everyone's so quiet.
this is a post-pandemic world.
I've got $1 for the first person that can speak.
No, that's not enough. It's not enough, Claire. It doesn't do anything.
Anyway, stock market hit almost an all-time high on Friday in the middle of the war, in the middle of the, whatever thing's going on in the Canadian market there. I mean, the stock market's going crazy.
Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense, right?
Trump is bad.
Trump is getting rich by flippy-flopping, but you see what they're charging now. They're saying that he's doing this stuff to manipulate the stock market. I wouldn't be surprised.
Wow.
Anyways, you're saying.
Let's keep it with stats.
So the market itself, it's so we talked about there's 24,000 active listings, as Nelson or as Sanik was saying. Now we started the year off with what, 17,000, wasn't it? So 24,000 active listings. There's 13,000 freehold, 10,000 condos. Vacancy is still about 33% for all properties, all types. Although freeholds are 28% are vacant and condos 41% are vacant. So there's a lot of condominiums sitting there. And what I'm reading is a lot of condominiums have the small units, the 500 square foot and less. They're sitting there doing nothing. But anyways, that's what's happening there. The sales themselves are 3,200, so minus 4% from April last year. Freeholds are actually down 7%, but condominiums are the same as last year. So the news media talks about new construction, how bad it's doing, but we sold as much in the first 19 days of April this year versus 19 days last year. So the condominium market is settling as far as I can see. Sales over asking, 20% of the properties selling over asking, only 11% of properties going over asking for condos, 25% of freeholds are going for over asking. Has anybody tried the list low, generate offers? Anybody tried that in any listings? Anybody seen that happen? Any agents trying that?
I know it's doing well in Durham, under 700,000.
But I don't think anything is going firm.
No. That's okay though. Most people are doing conditional, but they're still getting multiple offers.
Okay, so it's a strategy, right? So we're seeing a couple of things out there. I'm not sure, Nelson, you saw this or not. Some people have talked to me where people are listing their property low. I've got a specific example. We've got a townhouse up in Markham where the property last sale would have been like, I'm guessing right now, let's say 650 last sale. List price on this one here was 588, something like that. And so someone put an offer in for 578, whatever else, and then the agent comes back and says, no, my client's looking for over asking. There's no offer date on the listing. There's nothing on there that indicates that they should be getting more than asking. So my argument would be, well, why would a buyer with no competition who put in an offer for 578, a property listed 588, why would they compete with themselves and give more?
It's true.
You understand what I'm saying? Like no, you compete. I'm the only offer. And I'm competing with myself. You want more? Why? Based on what, right? So what the agent's doing, I guess, they're making the buying agent do the evaluation on the property rather than themselves.
Or they had an offer date and like deleted it.
Or they have an offer date and took off the offer date and
so
they left the price the same,
Not
right?
just a marketing praise.
And then, yeah.
So at the end of the day, they did get a sign back eventually from the seller for like $598 or let's say $600,000, but it's still $25,000 less than the last property. So it's really weird.
I had it on my list to talk about a pricing in Scarborough Bungalow because we decided to price it a tiny bit lower without an offer date.
This is what I'm talking about then.
But it wasn't not crazy low.
Well, we also
like 20,000 low.
We priced it based on what was literally on the market though. So we had to like look at every single property that we'd be competing with, and we went in between, like we priced it based on not what sold, but what was literally on the market.
Yeah.
And it accidentally went above.
Yeah, sold 4 days for slightly above asking.
Yeah, but didn't you have more than one offer?
Yep.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
ended up, but
yeah,
we didn't,
yeah.
it wasn't a planned offer day. We literally would have taken asking. But like the buyers will decide what the price is. At the end of the day, it's not up to us what the house sells for. The buyers will decide what it's worth. And they decided it was worth more than what we asked.
Yeah. Good.
And these guys are deciding it's worth less than what they're asking.
Mm-hmm. Now we sold one conditional on the weekend there, one yours, right? And did you have to reduce the price or did you just let time pass?
So first time we listed it,
You don't have to tell me how much. You just give me a ball, but just
sure. First time we did reduce it, but the second time when I listed it, it stayed in the market for a while, and then the agent just went ahead, did a showing, and went up.
So it was listed at one time, and then you relisted at a lower price, and then you let it sit there. And how many days was it there before you got this offer? 34 days. Okay. And you didn't change your price. You just did. It's just time finally caught up to you, right?
Yeah.
So that's average, right?
Mm-hmm.
Average days of the market's got to be what, 30, 40 days anyway.
Yeah,
So
on there.
I think it's like 46.
all right. Okay, that's good then. Daily 169 projected. If we stay on the same course, we're going to have again 5,000 sales. 5,000 sales times 12 is 60,000 sales. Last year we had 63,000 sales as a real estate board. 63,000 was the lowest amount we've had in 25 years.
Now we're lower.
2020 was the last time we had 60,000 sales. So the market is depressed right now. And what's the population growth since the last 25 years? It's gone up. I'm sure it's gone up at least 10, 15, 20, 30%. So there's huge pent-up demand, as I'm talking about. There are all kinds of pent-up demand, just waiting for something to happen. But when it does happen, you want to be the person that they call. And the only way you can do that is you're in their face. You don't want to wait till things pick up and then start getting on the bandwagon. You want to do it now, right? And because it will happen. So there's where we're at. Compared to March sales, we're actually up 6%. So we're actually up a little bit from March. So April sales for the first 19 days are up 6% from March 19th. Leases, 17,000 active leases. So we've got 24,000 properties for sale listed. There's 17,000 properties leased right now. So it's less 24 versus 17. But on the sales side, we've sold 6,300. So we leased out over 6,300 leases, and the sales we said were 32. So there's what?
More leases.
30% less inventory and twice as much sales, which tells me again that the buyers that would normally buy in this market are renting.
Yes.
That's the impression I have. Now the question for you would be, if somebody wants to lease, why do they want to lease? Why don't they want to buy? Who's done leases in the last month? Anybody here? Really?
I saw one little
I
finger.
saw like
going
little
up.
baby fingers going up.
That was a couple fingers.
It's okay, guys.
So,
know you have.
so anybody can answer this question.
Yes.
Why are they renting and not buying?
Little fingers.
Come on, finger. I saw two over here.
Yeah, Chad?
She thinks she's going to crash.
the
Okay,
market's
market's
It
going
has
to crash.
crashed.
So they have
Yeah.
they have enough cash, but they think the price is going to drop.
Are they going to buy in the future?
Yeah.
Sometimes these people just genuinely don't have money though in their bank, like their account.
People don't have money. At least the people that are.
You don't think it's the education?
No. But I feel like Mole even tried someone last week.
Yeah.
And then what did we do? We started doing more leases, man. We started looking at more.
Yeah, that guy, they have money, they can definitely afford a condo, but they said they probably want to save a little bit more and buy a house instead, like maybe outside.
So they want to jump
Yeah.
right into
You
a
want to
house.
skip the first time house.
And then maybe next year you'll have more down
Mhm.
payment for a house.
I'm gonna say from the buyer angle though, it's been comment I got twice this week is the prices don't make sense. Whereas the stuff that's listed right now, they're the sellers who are still in 2022, but the ones that are selling make sense, but they're setting the price right. So I feel like pricing is like a huge thing right now.
Okay. Is it to qualify? I've got the mortgage for rent here. Is qualifying an issue? Like, is it just a down payment?
No, I think the renters who's on buying, I think the biggest challenge is
Like no
down
cash.
payment. They
Yeah.
have good income.
They have income.
Yeah, the incomes have been.
They can pay a
good.
mortgage.
Yeah.
Yep.
but It's sometimes even cheaper than paying lease.
Mm-hmm.
Now it is.
Yeah.
What were you
In
saying
the
about that?
short term, right?
Short term.
Yeah.
That in very young couple they saved $100,000 down payment, and then they said they're not very sure about the future and economy. We don't know what you have a job in 2 years. It's got all happening the world, and both of them were like they're professional. One of them was in IT, and he was saying like, I see so many people easily draw them. So that's why
The uncertainty.
So job security is an issue.
Yeah. Which is what Ben talked a lot about, was just uncertainty. Yeah.
No, just stay on leases for a little bit. So I did have an agent or two come to me last week asking for the copy of all the leases that they've done on the co-op side. That's be their
the
client.
tenants.
That'd be their client, tenants, right?
Yeah.
And the idea is that they're going to start contacting all the tenants that they've got leases for over the last 3, 4, 5 years and touch bases with them, see if their situations change.
Yeah.
So this surprised me because I'm thinking, I thought everybody's doing that from day one.
Should be. we teach you.
We've said this many times that the leases are a loss leader. And the only reason why they're a loss leader is so that you get them there and get your email address and get to know them, and so that you can contact them in the future, see if they want to upgrade to buying something. So that's the whole purpose of the leases. So if you're doing leases there, you're not taking advantage of at least putting them on some type of mailing list, some type of newsletter or
Checking
something.
in like 9 months before or 9 months after.
And we've made it real simple here. We have this, we have the CR Works newsletter that goes out to your clients, and all you have to do is put the first name, last name, email address, and as you're busy during the day, at least this newsletter goes out once a month without you having to do anything more. Okay, so at least you got that covered while you're
At
doing
minimum.
other things. So if you do have a tenant, just get their first name, last name, email address, stick them in that CR Works, and let it do its thing, right?
What you should be doing is taking your tenants and putting it in your Google calendars, because we all use calendars, right? So you guys should all be putting like a reminder in your calendars. Anytime somebody closes a sale, you should have it in your Google calendar, like closing of this address, so-and-so's birthday, I don't know. I feel like anytime like you have a tenant, fast forward to 9 months when they're like, it might come up for that year and be like, hey, you're coming up to your year lease end. Have you thought about purchasing? So like it should be in your calendar for your follow-ups on top of your newsletters,
just
right?
put like a follow-up, and
Just
like
a
repeat
go in your
or something.
calendar and then repeat every year.
Repeat every year.
Yeah, I think mentally you have to treat them as if they are a client, a regular client, because one day they will become a regular client. And stats have shown that non-Canadians become a client within 5 years of renting versus a Canadian 7 years. But in that 5 to 7 years, they're going to turn into something. So don't forget about them.
Just any client. Yeah, there's another one.
Everybody knows what this is? And when do your clients have to report it? April 30th, right?
Did anybody send reminders to their clients?
So it's another touch point for your clients, right? By the way, right? So make sure you've got this thing out there that you've got till April 30th.
All your Toronto people.
Leases are up 1% from last year. They're only down 2% from March. Now, let me just go on the leases just for a second here. I'm reading now that the universities, Ontario universities, see a record surge in applications.
Oh.
So we're concerned about condominiums downtown, condominiums everywhere, that the international students had left, and maybe that there's vacancies. Anybody had that issue there? They couldn't get the things rented because of students. So now they've got a rush. And what the government did, they got rid of the work permits. They got rid of a lot of international students. But what they've done instead is they spent lots of money for recruiters to go around the world recruiting for people to go to Ontario universities, Ontario colleges. And they've actually had a surge, and that's the result of sales. So they actually went out there and were proactive in trying to get these students from other international students, and it's working. So that's positive news for everybody here. So that means it's going to be more demand for investment properties, more demand for...
More rentals.
Well, I don't want rental. I'm talking about investment properties. So
Investors.
Hopefully
investors now.
moms and dads are buying them.
So maybe pre-construction with rentals, maybe it's starting to come around a little bit. And there's all kinds. There's 168,000 applicants, which is all-time high in 50 years, and they've submitted 800,000 applications. So I guess kids nowadays, who's got kids that are grade 11, grade 12, right? You just don't apply for one university. Don't you apply for 3 or 4 or 5? Is that normal what happens? So that's why the numbers are higher.
Apply for the program.
So that's good news. So that means that students are coming back. That'd be good for investors. So good news.
Okay, it's good news. I wish my next headline was good news, but it's not. We're talking about new starts and all the HST rules and all the push they're doing to get people into pre-con. Meanwhile, for the first quarter of this year, there were 0 Toronto condo starts. So no one launched a new project in the first quarter of 2026, which makes sense because there's a whole influx of supply of people that already started that we're trying to sell, right? So there are no starts happening really at all, especially in Toronto. There's 92 months of inventory right now for Toronto condos. 92 months of inventory of unsold. So yeah, of course they're not starting new projects or launching anything new because they can't even get through that inventory. Yeah. But no, I think that's just their inventory that they can't sell. Yeah. Yeah, because technically an assignment is it's sold, right? They're trying to reassign it.
Alex is really trying for this one. So you're really trying for this one.
Yeah. So meanwhile, projects are being canceled alone, which was always kind of normal. They were always canceling projects, so that's not unusual. But yeah, the lack of new starts is an issue, and it's an issue because meanwhile, in the rest of Canada, especially Calgary, like their starts are booming. BC starts are booming, and so we have a problem here in Toronto, Ontario, and part of it's our development costs as well. That's from Urban Nation. So Urban Nation tracks pre-construction inventory. 92 months of inventory.
In pre-construction.
In Toronto. This is new pre-construction condo units. And that's why they're turning them into purpose-built rentals, because they're unsold, right? Yeah, how many years is 92 months? It's a long time.
Just so you know, condominiums on resale condominiums, we've got 10,000 condominiums are on the market, active listings. The builders have, there's a number in there.
Like a unit number?
They have over 20,000. I think I read 22,000 unsold inventory.
Yeah, I don't see the unit number
Didn't
here,
see
but
that?
probably from the same report they would have
Yeah,
reported
I read
on
the
it.
same report.
Yeah, yeah.
So they've got twice as much inventory sitting there than resale does. So that's why they don't want to bring it to the market. They flood the market, then they're going to drop the prices down, right? And what do we want? We want prices to drop, don't we?
Yeah, and I'm reading conflicting things. Like some people think that prices, that what's happening in the pre-con world is going to cause the resale prices to drop. And I'm also reading conflicting things from, I think CMHC was saying that it's going to actually drive prices up unless they build 28,000 new homes to offset price pressures.
That's been like 4 years, I guess, and after 90 months.
So they're saying, yeah, all these HST rules are good, but now it's putting all this pressure for people going to pre-con, and unless they build 28,000 more, it's just going to cause prices to go up, and that's actually not what we want for this market. So we're in this like weird thing there now. It's still good that they're trying something, but I just feel like it's focused in the wrong place. You can piggyback if you want off that, Claire, if you still have condo stuff.
Mm-hmm. Oh, this guy here is thinking the Toronto housing market is mostly frozen, but there are signs of first-time buyers are back. So there are some signs out there that the first-time buyers are coming back. So as we said before, advertise properties that are going to attract people that are going to in that marketplace. For instance, we spoke about I don't know, like how do you guys advertise for strangers?
You know how you're asking them a trick question.
I don't know. Well, no, I'm just sometimes I'm curious. We've talked. Everybody talks about your past client and database and so on and so forth. That represents 70% of your business, 80% of your business, or maybe 100% of your business if you're not prospecting. But if you are going to prospect, what's the deal? And we suggested Facebook Marketplace, right? Is anybody doing Facebook Marketplace? And what we did suggest was, rather than advertising properties, an individual property, a particular house or particular condo, why not just do a range, like, for a list of bungalows for sale, for a list of properties under $500,000, for a list of properties in overlooking the lake, whatever it may be, a list of properties that have legal basement apartments, all these types of things. And I did make the suggestion. Has anybody tried it? I know one person has tried it.
You mention it every week, and
I know, but one person actually did it, and they told me that the first couple of weeks they didn't get any action, which is fine. But now they've got action. Now people are starting to phone them, and now he's starting to get some traction. Now he's starting to actually see people, and he's actually going out there. So it works.
So it's the same as any lead, though. You have to put some effort in
You have to
nurturing
do
it.
it, but just, yeah. So there are things you can do out there that to get
because
straight.
back in the day, you guys did advertising in
We
a
used
different
to
way.
do the Toronto Star. We used to do Toronto Sun. We used to do and get good traction.
Yeah. Did you guys see that post that Shiv did last week on Facebook of his like DIY, like how he made an advertisement, but he had to like slice up paper, put it on there, and then he probably scanned it so it looked like one piece when he did the ad. But I think that's where you're trying to get. Like back in the day, you guys did more advertisements. In today's generation, we're almost doing too much marketing, whereas you guys didn't do as much marketing back in the day. Now we do too much marketing, but which marketing's good because it builds up brand awareness about you guys. But the missing piece that a lot of people aren't doing is advertising, which is a direct house, like posting something to have someone directly reach out to you. With marketing, no one's actually reaching out to you on your marketing. You're just reminding them about yourselves. What a lot of people are missing out on is the direct advertising, which is what you're talking about on Facebook Marketplace, which you all have access to for free. Kijiji would have been one of them, newspapers. I don't know, you guys probably put things on lamp posts, everything, but these days we're all online. So if you guys aren't getting clients right now, you should seriously, whenever you mention this, it bothers me that no one's writing it down on a piece of paper in the audience saying, I should do that this week. Like, put it on your to-do list this week, guys, to put up an ad, right? Because you guys all stare at us, but no one's doing it.
Well, some people do. So I see some social media stuff, some guys, I see them walking around and I've checked their stats and they're doing quite well, according to the market. But they'll have a stack of just listed cards or a stack of just, look at me cards, and they just do door knocking. And there's hand over the
There's
cars,
no
hand,
one
so
about
there's all kinds of things you can do out there, not just the, not just your past client database. CPI went to 2.4% today. They said it was going to be 2.2, but because of the price of oil, it's gone up to 2.4.
Oof.
And just for those people that do watch interest rates, the government's always said they want to get it below 2% before they start reducing rates. Right? So if they're at 2.4 or 2.2 with the oil, then don't expect any price reduction. So people that want to wait for things to get whatever, wait for what? Wait for interest rates to come down? It's not going to happen. If interest rates did come down, what would happen to prices? Prices would go up, would they not? I mean, I don't know if they would or not, but let's assume they would. So somebody that wants to wait for what? Wait for interest rates to come down for what? So wait for prices to go up?
It's like they think interest rates go down, prices go down.
Yeah,
but
interest rates
that's
go
not-
down, it's going to be cheaper. When interest rates go down, it's going to get more expensive.
Yeah.
Right? So this is part of the argument you need to have with your clients or objection handling, right? So that's that.
Well, remember we did that question last week. If you guys came to our boot camp, we said, you might have clients that say, I'm waiting for the interest rate to go down. When you guys get that objection, you have to ask it with a question and say, well, what interest amount are you waiting for it to go down before you actually do something? And a lot of the time, the buyers actually have no idea. They're just like waiting for it to go down. We're like, it is down. So what number does it need to hit before you make a decision? And then if they say, I want it to go down to 2%, then you can remind them, like, that's probably not going to happen for a really long time. And then you can get into educating them about the prices going up if it does hit that, right?
Or I think the other conversation would be, why, if you're going to move, where would you move to? And why would you want to move?
And I'm like, oh.
Right? Rather than going out, why would you want to move? Well, because my kids want my kid to go to a better school. Okay, so that's a different motivation than it is the pricing and as you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
So, different motivation altogether.
Yeah, they're saying Ontario, like I said, meanwhile, the rest of Canada, prices are going up. We're the only province, along with BC, where prices are going down, and we're in a bit of a trickier situation even than BC. But they're saying Ontario has a lot of resilience because last year we were talking about the 1.5 million in mortgages that were about to come renew, and we still haven't seen that come into the market yet. Like, Ren, are you seeing people, what I'm reading is that they're actually renewing and that they've saved to renew and they're getting longer amortizations and
Yeah, some of the banks like me, McKinsey, or we feel they try to refinance, the values are coming significantly low.
you said this, are they still they're still going ahead with it?
We are right now, they bought for 850, appraisal came at 710. And they took the money from the credit cards to pay off the renovate the house and make the legal business.
Oh.
Now they can't even sell the house and they're stuck on $100,000 more.
So they already paid high and took out more money to do those. Yeah.
So the value should go up. It's actually
Yeah.
Yeah, we're seeing that too, like really over leveraged, not just with mortgage, but then applying like the line of credit to it and then the renovations and all of it.
I noticed I did 5 showings last week. Every single one of them, it was in like the 1.5 plus price point. Every single one of those sellers bought in 2021. Every single one of those sellers also did renovations to their home, and every single one of them, their house is worth less than what they bought it for, even with the renovations. So I don't know if this is the 2021 sellers are experiencing that right now, and then they get their renewal, and all of a sudden their monthly payments are probably way too high. So
Yeah. But what we're finding is that they're still not selling.
they're still not selling because they're stuck on
sitting
the price.
market. They're still stuck on the price. They haven't come to terms with the loss. They were trying to recover it. And so a lot of people are just pulling out. They're just not going on the market. They're getting renters in instead. And so we're in a weird way showing a bit of resilience because still we're just like suffering, like we're torturing ourselves.
Yeah, they're just
trying to pay the payments just to make the mortgage work.
Yeah.
Right. So then the market's a bit of a standstill.
Well, they could also have a mortgage more than what is available.
Yes.
What I went through work, so it's not like 2 weeks after the closing date, but when they finally sorted out.
Yeah, but you did get it done, right? Remember we said like have some perseverance. You have to get a good litigation lawyer. So not the real estate lawyer. They were not the ones to put that together, right? So Alex had a listing where the client was over leveraged. The only price they could get was less than what they own on the mortgage. And you had to work with the litigation lawyer, the lender, and you had to push, right? You were quite involved with that.
Oh yeah, I was on some of it with TD involved in Mexico.
Oh my God.
But we said, like, if you could figure out the formula to this, there's going to be more situations like this that are going to come that you can really help with. It's not without work or effort.
So what'd they end up doing?
The problem is also that the sellers don't fill out
more money. And if they're out that money, there's not really much to give. So you have to pay the litigation lawyer.
Yeah.
The lawyers want to get paid right away, so because they know it's nothing left.
Yeah.
And to make sure that all that will line up too. And they were behind like 2 years on taxes, so it's enough.
Oh yeah.
And it was non-resident. You had a U.S. type, so you had a whole bunch of variables with this particular, right?
So they have to drop commissions and all that too, or I guess there was a bunch of
No,
stuff.
no,
No, eh?
no.
Okay.
It was just a lot of time and fighting, and we had enough deposit to pay commission, so we were holding that. They actually did ask us to release it. We said no. We ignored it. By the time we ignored it, they closed in that time.
Okay.
But yeah, it worked, but not without work.
Yeah. That was a lot.
Only got 1%.
Yeah.
Yeah, so these are not seeing a ton of them happen yet. Like I just tracked it. We're at about just 1,040 power of sale listings today. That's not that many considering how many listings we have. They are increasing slightly every week. So you're going to see more of them, but not what the media was predicting late last year. We've shown a little bit more resilience in that. We're dipping into credit cards and line of credit, and we're just making it work before we take losses.
So who caved on that? Was it the TD Bank? Like who do you have any idea how much they let go?
What the litigation lawyers for? So they want to see will go after them for the shortfall. After that.
So they let it close, and then they're going to go after it closes.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's an option too, right?
Because it was a 10 or 15 mortgage, so I understand why they have to go to insurance. Hopefully pay insurance.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, they're going to get the money anyway. So maybe Genworth will go after them. I've never seen Genworth do that though. So there are ways of doing it. I mean, you got to fight. It's not an easy thing, right? So you got to fight. You got to fight hard.
I think that's what people are seeing with sellers all together right now. Like no deal has been easy. It's like I've seen lots of amendments and I've had our own agents fighting them, being like, oh, they want to extend, they want to do this. I'm like, we have to cooperate. So if you guys need to do extensions and all of that, like this is very normal right now. I've never seen so many extensions and so many amendments on a listing ever. I'm sure, I don't know, Nelson and Claire are probably seeing it too. Have you guys seen the same?
Like you said, everybody's got to
No one's had an easy sale, I don't think.
make it happen.
No sale's been very easy. It's been very much cooperative on both sides. So if you guys are the listing agent and a buyer's being picky on an inspection, we have to hold hands and figure out how we can make it happen. If that requires an extension for more thought process, whatever it is, there's a lot of extensions happening to make these things go on. And we don't talk about it enough, what's going on behind the scenes to get a deal to the closing right now, but it is very normal.
So when you take a listing here, the CSR sends you the listing agreement. They'll send you the FinTrack information. They'll send you the privacy, so on and so forth. They'll also send you the mortgage verification form. Mortgage verification form is extremely important.
Especially in the
now.
market. Yeah.
Somebody's going to say to me, well, the banks won't give me the outstanding balance on the mortgage verification. Well, that's fine. Get your client to get it. But what you have to find out what the discharge penalties are, and are they in arrears? And as we're working on this one there with Alex here, and then we find out that he's 2 years behind in taxes. So you get behind this, and you're doing this, and then you find this. So you got to find out everything that's going on. So your client might tell you, don't worry about the mortgage. I'll take care of it myself. Then at least get them to write on that mortgage verification, refuse or something, just so that you did your job.
Yeah.
A lot of clients have online access to their mortgage. They know what the outstanding balance is, but they don't know what the discharge penalties are.
Yes.
So they might be smart. So I don't worry about the mortgage. I know what the outstanding balance is. That's fine, but that's not what we're worried about. We're worried about the discharge payments and arrears, things like that.
We've even started to, on the buyer side, take a look at the free version of the parcel register just to see what, like you can see a line item, what registered against it. If you think the price is too high and they only bought it in the past 3 years, we've been looking at that now from the buyer's point of view to make sure that our lower price is even going to cover it to make sure everybody gets paid. So
You almost want to buy houses that were bought over 10 years ago instead of the last 5 years.
Yeah.
So interest rates are going up a little bit, at least the fixed rates, right? Are they like 10 basis points, or so not just enough to make the newspapers? Yeah. Not enough to hurt you? Okay. You understand what I just said, right? So everybody's talking about how the bond rates have gone up, therefore the fixed rate mortgage has gone up. And it'll be the first page in the newspapers, the fixed rate mortgage is going up, but they're only going up 10, 15 basis points, which is it's a cup of coffee, okay? So yes, it sells papers, but it's not something to end the world.
Let's do sales.
Hmm?
Sales.
LRT's through, so it's going through. Does anybody notice any difference in the LRT? Is it affecting the value of any properties along the LRT line, the number 5 line? Yes? Because you've got one right at Kennedy and Eglinton, right?
I do. And the last month, I think 3 units have sold in that building.
Right.
Oh, really?
So 3 units have sold in that unit since LRT came through, and that's.
Is that where yours is?
Yeah.
Oh,
Did you rent yours out though? Didn't you? What'd you do with yours?
I still have it.
rent.
You rented it out. That's what I thought. Yeah. So Golden Mile, they're going to build in something like
75 acres.
75. What does it say here? 75 towers for the Golden Mile, and right now they decided to put all of them on hold because of the market. But they thought the LRT is going to bring so much activity to that whole area, but they've decided just to hold off. Same as Cloverdale Mall. They decided to hold off on that.
Yep.
Pickering Mall, they've actually sold out, so they're doing construction, but I'm not sure how the second phases are doing.
They're doing okay. They started building the first tower. They'll do the second one soon, but they have that's a whole master plan community also, 13 towers eventually. But they've also paid first installments commission. So I just say that because it's a nice sign that builders are paying somewhat on time. And so just watch with who you're going to work with for pre-construction nowadays.
Okay.
Claire mentioned earlier, CRM. Katelyn mentions it almost every week. It's nothing new. Your CRM, your next deal is in there. So I know you're always asking us, like, where can I get my next lead, my next client? It's most likely in your CRM already. And they talk about, your CRM is just a way for you to automatically keep in touch with people that you don't have time to keep in touch with all the time. It's just an automatic thing, whether it's an automatic campaign or something that's being sent out to them. But we've been going to some conferences this year, a little more than usual, but the theme that we've been seeing that keeps coming up is in your visibility to your clients. So your CRM is a way to maintain your visibility. You want to make sure you're always visible and present to your clients. There's multiple ways to do that, right? And that's through your social media, through your CRM. But you have to keep visible to all your people, especially right now, so that when the market comes back or when they have questions, they know exactly where you are and that you're working in real estate. So that's your main goal right now in a market like this, is building up your CRM, making sure you have your campaigns turning on, making sure you are interacting with your clients through social media and that you remain visible all the time. I also learned something new in Instagram, which Katelyn maybe was going to talk about in the logarithms, how it's changed a little bit. They're always talking about how the logarithms are changing and how people are complaining that you might see content for other real estate agents on your own social media. And you might get frustrated because all you see is like mortgage agents or real estate agents. But that's because that's the content you're clicking on and engaging on. So it's a direct result of what you're doing in your social media. So right now in your Instagram, you can actually see what your logarithm is. So if you click on the magnifying glass in your Instagram profile, you can do it now if you have your phone on you. Click on the search, and then in the top right, there's little bars, I think, with like little hearts, what it looks like.
I think it just pops up.
So click on your search, and then there's this top right, hearts, and you'll see in black and white what your most searched posts are, and that's what's going to come up in your own Instagram, what you're going to be visible to. So if you want to change that, like mine says...
You can actually change it. You can say, I want to see less of blah, 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 blah.
So you can control it, and you should control who's seeing your stuff and how you're interacting, because you as real estate agents want to be interacting with your community stores and people that live near you, and probably not other real estate agents, because that's not going to help you in your business, right? So you can actually kind of control what you're seeing on your Instagram and who will see you, and make sure that it's tailored to what you're trying to get in your business and that you're visible to those people. So yeah.
That was a good little hack. I know like last week when you guys, when we did our boot camp, some of you guys were at our boot camp last week. We went into your CRM. So did any of you guys get more responses from it?
Talk about that.
You did? So what I did last week for our boot camp, I kind of just made you guys work. It wasn't a teaching session, so a lot of people have been asking me for the recording from last session, but I don't think it's a recording that you can really watch because we were talking so much here. But what we had you guys do, and something that you guys should be doing every day, is going through your CRM or your contact list, your social media list, and reaching out to 10 people a day. A bunch of our agents did it. Lots of people got responses. Some people got responses saying their friends had bought a house and closed last week. So that's always a terrible message to see when you're in this business. But I think you got like 2 or 3 appointments. So, and it got shocking to me that those are the results. I know that's the result of doing the work. So if you guys are every day, you're like, I don't know what to do today. just go into your phone, go to your social media, look up your past deals and message 10 people every single day. I guarantee you'll get something from it.
And I did finally, for the first time in our career, have somebody politely ask me to remove them from my contact
She's like, actually,
list.
you're talking to me too much.
So it was always very polite. It's about, we've had this, I guess, the lead in our system for a year and a half now. We've been following up. And this was the first time she's politely, can you please remove me from your contact list out of respect to my current realtor? And I said, no problem. That's the worst that's going to happen.
That's going up against us. So we changed our CRM communication to do every 2 weeks. So a lot of people are always like scared to do like once a month, but ours is every 2 weeks to our database of all different types of emails that we send out to them. I know Mo and Alex, you guys must have some sort of campaign going right now because I'm on both of yours and I'm getting an email from you guys every day. I think you guys did like a 5-day campaign, which I think is fun. So like every so often, if you're like, hey, my CRM's a little bit slow right now, no one's responding, chuck out a campaign every few months that sends your database an email every day for a week. I think that's great.
Very easy too. We use Claude for most of
You use Claude, right? Yeah.
For
So
the
you guys
content of it?
Yeah, literally go on AI, ChatGPT, Claude, say, hey, create me like a 5-day buyer campaign, and then just have it emailed out. So you guys can't communicate and be visible with people if you're not using your CRM. I think it's the most important part of your business that you guys should be doing. If you don't have it, get started.
The other thing that makes your CRM really easy to use is tagging your people. So having your CRM is the first goal. Second step would be tagging them. So you can say who are buyers, who are sellers, who are first-time buyers, because these guys have a targeted campaign. Sounds like
the buyers, right?
Because they've talked about HST roles and what a first buyer might need to know. So you probably had to tag your people to know only send this campaign to these particular set of people. So tagging them will help you guys identify who to send what to.
Yeah. Which CRM are you guys? Your follow-up boss, right?
I think it's MailChimp.
Oh, okay. MailChimp, that's an easy one. What are you using most? Follow-up?
High level.
Oh, high level. Oh, you changed it. So there's lots of CRMs. We use MoxieWorks as a brokerage. That's one we use. You can use any CRM that you guys want.
I would not suggest using MailChimp anymore though.
Oh.
Freebird sucks.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
They used to be free. Now
Yeah. What one are you using, Yusan? You've got a
high level.
Oh, you're doing high level too. I haven't dove into that one, so that'll be an interesting
So let me
one.
ask a question. You use the term that a lot of people may not be familiar with. You use the term Claude.
Yes.
Claude is the same as ChatGPT. Well, okay, same as Gemini, ChatGPT, Deep Source, whatever else out there. Claude.
Carly's been playing
Claude.
around.
Some other. What does Claude do that's different?
It's a different operating system.
Because I created an account last night myself, and looked to me like it was more for developers.
There's different options in Claude. There's like Claude O, there's a bunch of other ones, but I find Claude more like factual and to the point, where ChatGPT likes to puff your tires about it, but not really. It gives you exactly what you need.
So you can ask the same question, create me a campaign or create me a something or other, and it'll give you the words.
Yeah.
I also I put then applied that in there and used the information that's in here to make us a 5-day mailer, but like short, factual. It's not gonna be too long.
Yeah. There's so many things. We use ChatGPT for our email campaigns. You guys use Claude.
And Claude's a little more honest. ChatGPT is more like friendly, positive, biased therapy. It's always going to be on your side, even if you're in the wrong. So you have to be kind of careful. If you're looking for like honest feedback as a leader or in your profession, Claude's like will give you more of that like black and white, like, no, you effed up, or like, like it's, ChatGPT's like, no, you did fine. Like, it's okay. You're right to think like that, but it's a little bit more soft.
She's a little nicer.
Sometimes what you need.
But it's very similar though.
Yes, functionally, I think Claude's more powerful though.
And who's behind it? Like who made it?
Yes, Anthropic. Is that true, you said?
Yeah, I think so.
Anthropic is powered.
And
it changes everything.
And they owned by Meta or anybody else, so they're independent?
They were with the U.S. government, and Trump wanted them to spy on the U.S. people, and then they said no, so they prided them.
And they did their own.
ChatGPT went in and did what Trump wanted to do.
ChatGPT's spying on people?
So that's why people are kind of moving against ChatGPT, and there's actually a way to download, if you were a heavy user before, you can download all your past conversations into Claude, so it has that same tone of voice. You can move it all if you want to just stick to the platform.
You can talk with Ron O'Neill, can I? Or...
I wanted to talk about CRM really quick.
Okay.
And then
finish
AI.
CRM, and we'll go back
I
to
wanted to do CRM. I was going to talk about this article last week, but this was an agent in Toronto who did 500 transactions, 0 paid leads, and a system that makes it work. So if you guys are like, that's amazing. You do 5 transactions,
She's in Scarborough. Too.
She's in Scarborough. She's not selling like luxury or anything, but she really just shared what she's doing to basically do that much business. And I think you can only do this much business if you have a CRM. There's no way her brain is just thinking about these things. But what she does is she does 65 touch points per year. I always recommend about 30 per year, but she takes it a little bit further. And it's not necessarily that she's calling her contacts 65 days a year, because otherwise that would be like, they're going to call the cops on you if you're doing that at that point. But she breaks it down. She's not doing anything that you guys cannot do in your business, especially if you're brand new. This is a great time to like put it into your system. But every year she does 4 home evaluation updates. So every quarter, probably, she sends a home evaluation to all of her past buyers, maybe your investors. She does 2 client events, so she does invitations for that. That probably requires about 5 touch points in itself to send the invite, get the RSVP, see them at the event, follow up for the event. So that's probably 5 right there. She does 6 educational master classes online. So she'll do like first-time homebuyer events, investor events, stuff like that. She's also doing personal notes, happy birthdays, and the anniversary of their home purchase. So those are very, very reasonable things for you guys to do. If you guys are doing home evaluations, it could literally be every quarter, once a quarter, you guys have it in your calendar that you're like, hey, I'm going to sit down for 2 days and I'm going to just whip out a bunch of home evaluations. The client events obviously take some time as well. Birthday acknowledgements, again, when your clients give you FinTrack, go right into your phone on your Google Calendar and put Carly's birthday, repeat every single year, and it's always in your Google Calendar. House anniversaries, every closing date, put it into your calendar. Their closing date, repeat every year. So every year every day you're looking at your calendar, you're seeing, oh, did anyone's birthday pop up? House anniversaries, stuff like that. So she does 65 touch points and has sold 500 homes. So I think that's why we should all have CRMs, I think. But I don't know. She doesn't say which one she uses, but
500 home sales.
probably not in a year, in 25 years. Not like 500 a year. But she's sold 500 homes without paying for them.
I double check. She did like 140 deals last year.
Yeah. So she does a lot. And she does have a team now, but it works. So if you guys are trying to overcomplicate what you're doing, you don't know how to find clients, I don't know what to do to stay in touch with people, like, very simple. Even if you're just doing birthdays and house anniversaries, that might be more than what you're doing right now too. So make sure you guys have some touch points put out throughout the year.
Some of our agents in the past, with Stratus, I'm not sure with Realm, I'm not sure if it works or not, but if a client bought a property, they'd put in that search. Let's say they bought a property on Love Street or something. They'd put in Love Street and they would search every day. You know your prospect searches. They get the prospect search every day for that particular property there or that street. And every time they get a listing show up on the street, they just forward to their client and say, oh, by the way, this came up for sale on your street. Oh, by the way, this came up for sale on your street. Or this sold on your street. It's sold.
Yeah.
But I think the maximum was 150 people you could put in there as a safe search. I'm looking at Nelson here.
That was the old stress.
Not a big number.
It's still like 100 or something, right? You can't put a whole lot in there. But
That's a lot.
I thought that's a good follow-up piece there too, right?
Yeah. You could even just have it email it directly to the client instead of yourself. It'll take even more work off yourself if you just send it to them.
Yeah.
And then just have a standard message that goes with it.
Yeah, but you're going to do 100. That's the problem.
A lot of people don't have 100 people to send to. That's a lot. Yeah. That's a good number.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Going back to AI for a second here, Central 21. Do you want to talk about it or do you want me to?
Yeah, like Central 21, we did one a few weeks ago. So we've already done one. I don't know if he has a series, but we talked about Ron O'Neill a few times. Carly and I saw him at the Central 21 conference. He used to work as a manager at one of the C21s out in Barrie, but he started his own AI company where he doesn't do AI, but he educates people on AI and he tours the world to do it now. He's got one session this Wednesday that's free. So every so often, I don't know if it's every month, once a month.
I think it's called AI Masterclass.
Masterclass. So I've kind of mentioned it to you guys too. He does a 6-week program, but this might actually be a 6-week program he's doing. But if you guys want to dive a little bit more into AI, Ron will do a webinar for you guys.
And it's free for Central 21. So it's a Central 21 event. You guys would have got emails. You guys get emails about what I'm talking about from Central 21? You would have got it last week.
Yeah. C21 Canada.
Central 21 Canada, you would have got last week. They would have talked about what? They talked about a baseball game coming up soon. They talked about some other stuff in that. But in that thing was Ron O'Neill's AI Masterclass. Everybody see that? Everybody get Central 21 email?
Just say yes.
Just say
Someone
yes.
say yes.
Just say yes.
You guys are killing me. Somebody say they're working.
They only get 100 emails a day. So.
Anyway, so it's a free class, and the next one is on
Wednesday.
1 o'clock on Wednesday, which is the same day as your session.
It's the
so.
same day as our session, but we'll do it afterwards. We'll have it playing.
Anyway, so if you're curious about AI and how it affects you, this is a perfect opportunity. It's a paid thing, but someone else is paying for you, so you can actually go in there and look at it.
Mm-hmm.
So check that email from C21, and it's Ron O'Neill. I signed up myself. It says pay here. It's not a pay. It's a free, but they want you to register.
Yeah.
Good.
I only have one more thing. Just because I haven't said the word in a couple weeks, I have to remind you, FinTrack, to remind you every couple of weeks. For some reason, still we don't like checking third party, yes or no. I don't know why, but I'm going to keep reminding you that we have to check yes or no on third party. Is anyone using the app more than they used to?
Oh, FinTracker's so
Caitlin's
good.
been using it more. The app's good, right?
It's so good. That used to be like the one form that I would dread filling out. I'm just like you guys. I don't like to fill it out either. This one saves so much time. The client does all the work by uploading their ID, and then all you're doing is selecting the little boxes to say if they're good or not.
And if you forget third party, it reminds you because it doesn't
won't
let you continue. You have to fill it in.
Yeah.
And just a reminder, we should be identifying our clients before we do deals. So if you have a listing and it's on MLS, we should identify that seller before we put it on MLS. I know we've gotten into some bad habits on the street level of giving that stuff after, but the law says we have to identify people before the transaction occurs. So that's the thinking of know your client and know who you're working with. So just a reminder, and if you get reminders from us, that's why.
What were you going to say, Alex?
FinTrack app.
You're a big user of FinTracker? Love FinTrack?
Do you guys get emailed the copy of it?
Yeah, so once you end up filling it out on the app, there's a thing that says like send, and it'll like you click send, put your email address, and it will send you a PDF of the whole FinTrack form filled out.
But I think the real question is you have to take that and send it to deal admin.
Yeah, but you can just forward the email too.
Yes.
It's just a PDF that it sends you.
No, not yet.
It doesn't. Yeah, it doesn't go to
That said,
deal admin.
if you want,
You can put their email address.
If you want to save that step of sending it to deal admin, you would all have to mandatorily use the app, and there would be no more paper forms. If all 450 agents agreed to use FinTrack app and no paper form, then we can take away that step. Until then,
But otherwise, you can email it to yourself and just forward it to deal admin. It's not a big deal.
Yeah.
Some things happen behind the scenes. I mentioned this a couple weeks ago on FinTracker. When you guys do FinTracker, there is a back area on this as well. So as brokerages or as you as agents, you're required to identify your people, whether they're politically exposed people, whether they belong to some kind of terrorist group, or whether or not they're a head of an international organization.
Or not belongs to Trump?
yep,
Right?
we have to. And how would you
And
know?
no, okay. So somebody's chuckling here. I'm just curious. Like somebody else got fined $150,000 fine for not doing these things. So it's very, very serious. So anyway, so when you use the FinTracker, in the background, we actually run that name through.
So it's running through a list of sanctions and
So-
corporate directories and different things online. That's why we're paying for that service now to help you, because it's actually your responsibility to do that on your own, but we've paid for an additional service to run
So-
it through.
And the reason why we have to do it is because we pretty much assume that you guys don't do it. from the reaction I'm getting. Right?
It's
Yeah.
true.
So once in a while, if I see like a high risk or suspicious type thing and I get a paper form, I may run it through FinTracker just to help me additionally scrub that person, or it just helps us a little bit. So yeah. Okay, that's good for me. Anything else clear for you?
Nothing Wednesday?
Yep, we do have something Wednesday. We have our lunch and learn on Wednesday, April 22nd at 11 a.m. at the Durham office. Our stagers from Regal Staging is going to be coming in. They're going to teach us about staging and how it all works as an agent, all that good stuff. So it's a good, if you've never done staging or you've got questions, or maybe you're looking to add a stager to your team, good session to come out. So 11 a.m. we will feed you. If you are coming, please tell me so I can make sure I have enough seats and food. It's not like a massive office or anything like that. So I think I have about 30 people that are signed up right now. So if you are planning on coming, please email me so I can make sure that we have enough food and seats for you. But again, that's at 11 a.m. It might be about 2 hours, I predict, between eating, learning, and you guys will probably hang out for a bit afterwards. I don't think I'm going to film it, so please don't ask me for recordings because it is like a guest speaker. Sometimes people aren't comfortable talking on webcams and all that. If she is comfortable, I'll put her on, but I don't think it's like a slideshow presentation. So it would be an in-person session more than anything. If you guys want to learn more about staging, you could probably set up a one-on-one with her. So that's happening this Wednesday. And then there's the 1 p.m. AI session. So if you don't want to come to the staging and you want to do a webinar, you can learn about AI at 1 o'clock. That should be in your emails from C21 Canada. If you're part of my Centurion Society group, you would have got an email from me. So anyone that's in my 250 plus group, you would have received an email that our first Centurion Society webinar is happening on Thursday at, I think it's 12 p.m. There's going to be a guest speaker that's speaking from the Oakville Century 21. I forget what her topic is, but she's going to be talking about that. So I think you guys would have got an email for that. And that's all I've got. Yes.
Anybody want to talk about any properties?
Want to talk about their feelings, their emotions, their stress?
Nobody wants to blow off steam.
There's some hands.
Anyone want us to help solve some problems? Okay.
That did not leave when she was supposed to.
No. Your Belleville one?
Yeah.
No.
What am I allowed to do if, like, should we turn the cameras off?
Yeah, we can. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll turn the
Wait,
cameras
wait.
off now.
She's
so-
still there?
Let's wrap this up here and then we'll.
Yeah, we might have to do
Anyone
this
else
off
have
camera.
listings they want to talk about or? No. Okay, we'll say goodbye.
Okay, we're gonna
to
do an
those
off camera.
online. See you next week. Okay.
See you next Monday.
Okay, bye now.